Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the ground.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to History is Dank. I'm your host, Strider Wilson. Dude, we got Aaron going beast mode on the sticks, dude. What's up, Aaron, dude?
What up?
Dude, I'm just posted up right now, dude. Fired up. Dude, look, we've been doing some dank off, some nature stuff. Maybe for the hardcore history listeners here, you've been looking at episodes being Strider, give me the goods. Well, today, we're going to deliver, dude. We're doing an episode on Cambyses II. You're probably going, who the hell is that? Exactly, dude. Never heard of this guy until last week in my entire life. Probably makes sense since he lived around 600 BC. Probably don't know the dude very well. But I was posted up at the hotel, dude, talking with this professor. This guy comes in, stays at the hotel pretty often, and I found out that he's actually a military historian and a professor. And I'll leave his name out just for his own sanctity. But he's a good dude. And also, dude, I get to just call him the professor. So he's welcome, dude. Anytime someone's going to call you the professor, you're welcome, dude. That's sick. Want to watch this guy do a crossover or something, one of those And1 mixtapes. Dude, you remember those? And1 mixtapes? And it was all the guys just doing sick-ass moves, fucking throwing oops and stuff. The professor was in there, I'm pretty sure, dude. Kind of this little skinny, dorky-ass looking white dude, but guy could have a crossover. Crossover. I'd say the second best move in basketball. The premier move in basketball to me, the head fake. I'm going to go out there on a limb and say it. The head fake, followed by the crossover. And then to make it a true podium, the third best move in basketball, and I'm talking one-on-one moves, is going to be the hezzy step.
Oh, I was going to say pass off your opponent's dome back to you.
I mean, that's unbelievable. That's a domination move. If you're pulling that off, you know, you got to level up in the league of play. You're just making easy money. That's like something you do to your little brother, you know what I mean? One of those things also where you're like going between your legs and then you stop the ball, put it down, go away from the ball, and the guy goes with your body because he's not watching ball. Although you're supposed to watch hips. I watch hips, dude. Move with it, react. I mean, look, just a little quick basketball talk for you right there. You need that. You need that on every episode. Okay, but before we get into Cambyses, I do want to mention Aaron from our Dank Off yesterday, Desert Creature Dank Off, last week. Somebody wrote in and said, dude, this was from the YouTube. He goes, dude, how could you not have the Gila monster on there?
Oh, yeah, the Gila monster.
Yeah, is that how they said the Gila monster? Yeah, because it's southwestern
It's a
New
lizard.
Mexico, southwestern.
It's Arizona, yeah. It's a lizard.
And northern Mexico.
It's a dank lizard.
It's very dank.
I was playing what we had. But
I know.
I did definitely think about it.
Bro, you should have brought it up. Because I didn't even think about it. And I've seen one.
Yeah, they're cool as shit looking.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
This is probably number one.
They are
That whole list, erroneous. It's erroneous. Get it out. Whole episode needs to be stricken. Nope, we don't delete things here.
No.
We keep it in. It's in. It's in the annals of History is Dank. So it's a sick-ass looking lizard, dude. Grows to about 20 inches, so Joe Marisi's hog went soft. It's a stouted bodied. It's got black and the cool part, it's got pink blotches. Black and pink, kind of a cool looking soccer kit. I believe that's like Miami's uniforms with my boy Lionel Messi down there. Very sick color combo, black and pink.
It's like Bret Hart.
Yeah, exactly. And always looks good in NASCAR as well. You've got, I think that's my boy Bowman, my boy Alex Bowman posting up on that. Hendricks Racing there in the Chevy. So you've got the small, it kills small mammals, birds, eggs. It stores fat in its tail, to get through those tough desert months, especially, in the summer. Big ass head, muscular jaw, strong bite, and it actually delivers poison. It has like these 2 grooves in its teeth to really lock in and deliver a nerve poison from glands in the lower jaw when biting. And Honestly, the only thing that could probably kill a human on our last list was the Sidewinder. This thing can kill you. It's rare.
Yeah.
There it is. Dude, it looks sexy. It looks like something like a Persian prince would have, by his throne. Maybe I'm only saying that because we're doing it up on Cambyses right now, and I'm already thinking the transition. That's how fucking good I am. I'm just fired up. Look at this cup of coffee. For those listening, I've got a big-ass cup of coffee right now. I'm dialed in. Might as well be cocaine at this point. Might as well. So the Gila monster, great call, but you got to be a real dumb idiot to get killed by one of those. There's a few things in nature you got to be a dumb moron to get killed by. A few things you don't have to be to get killed by, you know? You could be taking a nice hike in the woods and all of a sudden a freaking bull moose comes out and ganks you.
Yeah, mountain lions.
Mountain lion's a predator. It's
Sneak
going to
attack.
get you.
Yeah.
But if you get killed by a hawk, what are you doing? Go inside. You know? How far out are you hiking? Go to your tent. Pitch your tent. You probably if a hawk's attacking you, it's uncomfortable, but you probably got time to pitch a tent and go inside of it. If a grizzly's coming at you, you're dead. Gila monster, I mean, it probably crawls pretty fast, but I mean, fuck, man. Kick it. Come on. Can't be getting killed by that.
I mean, the only thing I
Fatalities
can
are
think
rare.
of is it's you see it and you're like, dude, that's a dank ass lizard. Let me get down a little bit, and then this thing starts hauling ass at you.
That's true. That's true. You know, you could be kicking, shrooms could be kicking in. You're like, dude, what a beautiful color combo, black and pink. That's gorgeous, dude. Wow, spectacular. That's magnificent, dude. That's gorgeous, dude. Let me go look at that thing. And it friggin' bites you in your eye socket.
Yeah.
It's true. All right, dude. We're talking Cambyses II. Cambyses I, schmoll. Fuck them. Dude, so the best part is you can be this far away. That's what I love about doing ancient history here. This is 600 BC we're talking. You know, around 539 BC in that century. You can say whatever you want about these guys.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck him. You know, it's
Dork.
so... Yeah, he's a dork. Cambyses II, schmoll. I mean, a lot of people say, we're going to talk today, we're going to find out, was he mad or not? People want to say he's mad, and it comes down to who writes the history. Mm-hmm. Sort of the articles I'm reading now, it's like, no, he's kind of like just a regular leader. I mean, and also if you're a leader in 600 BC, like, yeah, you're going to own lizards, dude. You're going to have a harem. You're going to have... How relatable can it be to our 21st century lens? So enough of this. Although, you know, a lot of this account comes from Herodotus, the Greek historian who's writing, and, you know, he's writing around 100 years afterwards. So, you know, but still 100 years removed. Even if we're writing about, who would that be? Some dude from the roaring 20s, dude? Fucking, what's the dude? Old Sport? Writing about that guy, the Gatsby dude? You know? I don't know. I had to take a fat sip of my coffee there, dude, but I earned it. All right. Cyrus the Great. Cyrus, good name. Cyrus the Virus, Con Air. Already love it. Took every ounce of energy in me not to just do this episode on Cyrus the Great, but the professor at the hotel. We were talking about democracies. It's an election year. We're cutting it up. We're fleshing out. We're not just making small talk up there on the front drive talking about the fucking weather, dude. We're talking about democracies, dude. We're talking about Babylonian god, dude. Marduk just posted up there. I'm telling a dude, hey, dude, back up that Toyota Seneca, dude. Back it up, dude. Sequoia, excuse me. Back up that Toyota Sequoia. It's got a roof rack. Don't take that in the underground parking lot. By the way, Marduk, what do you think about those tablatures? That's what we're doing up there. It's legit. Some guest comes down and goes, hey, which way do I walk to get to Rodeo Drive? Shut up. Kidding. Let me get you a map. Let me get you a handheld map. You're here. You're going to want to be here about a 10-minute walk. You need to pick up. Call me. I'll be here all night. Call me. Get back to talking to the professor, dude. So Cambyses is the son of Cyrus the Great, already sick. Already a sick lineage. Okay, we're talking kings. This is the Persian Empire. Sorry, I forgot to set the table there. Persian Empire. Before the Persian Empire, this is the Babylonian Empire. This is the Archimedean Empire within. There's just this like a ruling family, right? Archimenid. Sorry, I'm saying it all wrong. and sort of in these areas, Greek and Persian. Yes, they're enemies. Trojan War. You got Darius. You got who's the other ruler? Xerxes from fucking 300. But this was way before that. So you got Cyrus the Great. He's basically the guy who unified the Persian Empire, and he's dubbed King of the Lands, which is sick. Then his son, Cambyses II, he's dubbed King of Babylon. Not quite as sick. Whoa. Historians say, hey, maybe that's because he's going to take over the Persian. There's some other generals that he's going to have to bring into his faction. But this is why we were talking, me and the professor. We're saying a famous thing happens where Cambyses, he's a militaristic leader. He's conquering shit. He's and we'll talk about his big campaign that he goes on, but he dies suddenly. And then his generals have to have a vote where it could have been fighting. The professor's like, this is kind of one of the biggest first votes in history, and it's not even Greek. It's fucking Persian, which would you think is the opposite of Greek. So we were just talking about voting and shit like that. And so that's kind of how it came up. And then I just did a little more research on this dude, Cambyses, dude. And he's fucking posting up, dude. He becomes leader around 538 BC. No idea why I got 380 right there, dude. 538 B sizzle, dude. All right. He's fucking beast, dude. He cruises around in chariots, dude. He freaking conquers shit, dude. His early reign, dude. He's just posting up, King of Babylon, like I said, relatively uneventful, chilling in Babylon, dude. Making offerings to Marduk, which, let's be honest, this is far enough away now. I'm gonna call the god of the Babylonians, of the Babylonians. It's always what a curse is based on. It's probably, even though it's their benevolent god, it scares me. It's what creates the little exorcist girl. So that's terrifying. Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Also, Cambyses has a younger brother, Smerdis. He's a schmoll. Guess what? He gets murked. Cambyses murks him. This is what you have to do. If you're going to rule, and this is why people say, was he mad? Was he not? And then they say Smerdis was trying to drive up his own position for the throne. It's just sort of Game of Thrones type stuff. It's not that he's crazy where he's like, my brother must die. He's like, my brother's a threat to my power. Honestly, they would kill young babies way back in the day, going all the way up into medieval times and even later if it was a challenge to the throne. Got to get rid of them. He did it, This is what it takes to be king, dude. If you're playing the Game of Thrones, it's a vicious game, and it's played to the death, and it's scrappy. It's a knife fight in the mud. If you sink your blade and you twist it, okay? So that's uneventful, murdering your brother to maintain power. Now let's get to the eventful stuff. Buckle up, dude. Buckle up your chariot. Strap in, I should say, I guess. Put your strap on. Get in your sex swing. If you're not listening to History is Dank in a sex swing, what are you doing? Listening to it on your commute to work? I mean, that's cool. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're listening. But do yourself a favor. Get in a sex swing. Pull your hog out. Listen to some facts. A lot of maybe more intuitions. But listen to some of this stuff. Should be doing a lot of stuff in a sex swing. You got the green light. Probably not working. Probably not emails. Probably not while on conference calls. Unless you've run it by everyone first. Talk to your boss. Talk to HR. Hey, I'm really excited for the position. Happy to interview. Glad this interview process went well. Very rigorous. Had to come in about 6 times in person. We could have all probably done this through Zoom. And speaking of Zooming, when we're on Zooms, I'm going to need to be in my sex swing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll have a background. You won't see anything. It's going to be fine. But that's how I work best. That makes me the most productive. And that's what we talked about a lot. We talked about productivity. So I'm going to need that. It's a non-negotiable for me. Great. See you guys on Monday. Cool. Heard we're doing donuts and coffee. That sounds great. That's how you got to handle that.
Speaking of Cambyses and sex swing, found this image online.
That's our boy?
Allegedly. I mean, it's like a rendering, obviously.
I love it. This is a beautiful thing.
He's in Egypt.
Exactly, Aaron, and that's what we're getting into, his conquest of Egypt. He conquers Egypt way before the Ptolemies. Not way before, but Alexander the Great goes and conquers it. And it's kind of crazy to think about the Egyptian Empire, which is this, powerful, amazing empire, and so rich in culture. It's because they're so rich in culture. Even though they had conquering bodies, whether it be Alexander the Great, Cambyses, it's or even the West later on, it's always maintained its sort of identity. The identity in Hollywood is always the Ptolemaic empires, much later, in the Roman times, and Mark Antony. This is before that. So he sort of is donning that sick ass Egyptian look. A great vibe. One of the great vibes. And in that picture, for those of you listening, very classy. Cambyses posting up, ladies got her rack out. If you're king, why aren't you going to have that? Why aren't you going to have ladies with everyone, no shirts in the whole empire? Would be my rule. Ditch the lids. Let's post up. Maybe Hawaiian shirts. I would have invented Hawaiian shirts. Can wear them unbuttoned for ladies and the dudes. Be so sick.
Here's him in battle, and it looks like he's using a duck for a weapon.
Yes. This could be, yeah. Yeah, he's got a duck in his hand. He's going to hit some dude with a duck on the head.
He has a cage.
Maybe he's like,
saddle too.
Maybe he was a great comedian where he's like, hey, you better duck. And then the dude gets decapitated from one of his other boys on his horse. He was a dude. He was a dude, man.
All 4 legs of this horse in the air, by the way. It's a flying horse.
You know what they say? And do you know why he's depicted like that, Aaron?
Why?
At least with statues. If all 4 feet are off the ground in a statue, it means you died in battle. Oh. If 1 foot's up, I believe it means you died while holding holding your rank, but not in battle.
I thought you meant a duck in your hand.
And then if you die while holding a duck, it means you're sick. It means you're freaking king of Babylon, dude, and eventually king of the lands. Because he conquers Egypt, he subjugates him. When you're subjugating people, dude, that's pretty gnarly. He kind of didn't care about religion. He would let you could worship your Egyptian gods. He's like, just pay your tax. Always the best policy. Got to go out on a limb now. Say, hey, look. Also, if you want these people to be your subjects, let them be happy to a degree. You're taking their money, dude. Let them have their gods. Not everyone's got to pray to Marduk and get cursed and turned into little exorcist girls. Yeah. You don't want that. We don't want that. So after he conquers Egypt, he's cruising back. And Aaron, he fucking falls off his chariot. And this is where debate comes in. Oh, dude. He falls off his chariot. Gonna happen.
I mean, if you're tired.
Yeah. He's been
chariot tired.
Dude, he's probably posting up, boning. He's boning a ton, dude. Dude, and also these other battles, these guys fight with like big cats. Like they're not just doing magic like Siegfried and Roy involving big cats just for show. Mm-hmm. They're using big fat cats for function. The Romans famously used the concorso, Roman war dogs, to break up the phalanx. They'd get in there, they'd fucking bite some dude, and then you could, because you couldn't crack that hoplite phalanx. That's kind of what they're using. Very difficult. The turtle shell.
But you sure as shit could bite their legs.
And you bite their fucking leg. One dude just goes, oh, fuck. And lifts his shield up, and then you got to protect the dude next to you. Boom. You throw a duck at him. Yeah. You get a duck. Aaron, you get a duck in there, going to be annoying. Aflac. Going around trying to sell everyone insurance in the phalanx. Very annoying. They're going to be like, dude, let's go. Let's get away from this place.
If you really want to win, you got to use a goose, because geese are assholes.
So true.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was playing a gnarly game of duck, duck, goose.
Could be.
Geese are mean. Aaron, you're right. You go to a golf course and your ball is by a goose, you just drop it elsewhere. I tell my buddy, don't even get it, dude. That's that goose's ball now. No stroke penalty. Just honestly put it in the fairway. I don't give a shit.
Last time I played, I skipped a ball past several geese. It was cool.
Real quick.
Skipped on the water. It was awesome.
It is pretty sick when you skip a ball like that. Some guy did that at the Masters and it went in the cup. He skipped it across the pond up the green. Always cool. Remember what last year we were playing in the tournament coming up? Netflix is a joke. ATC tournament. Very sick. Aaron and I have I don't know how much I should be allowed to talk about it, but we're playing a sick ass course coming up. But remember last year?
Well, this will be after. It'll come out after we've done it.
It's fine to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Playing at Riv, baby, so sick. Never played. You don't turn down a chance to play at Riv. And but 2 years ago was at El Cab, and I almost killed you. Remember I launched that? Like you guys were taking a while at the cart, and I was like, the fairway was very much to the right. You guys were to the left, but you were still in front of me. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to hit this ball.
I was standing next to the cart.
Yeah, oh, I know. And I was like, there's no way. Famous last words, no way I'm going to hit those guys. I launched one about 5 feet above your head. You would have been dead, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't kill you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Glad I didn't kill you. So now, Cambyses, speaking of dying in crazy ways, and this is what's debated. And, you know, this could be because, look, the king's image needs to be protected. He's got a dude. When you're a king, dude, you have a PR dude who's writing your story on tapestries and weaving it and fucking putting it in textiles and stones, you know what I mean? Up on obelisks if you're in Egypt and stuff like that some later king will take down. But that's why these kings are always, as soon as you're a king, like you're Ramses II, you're already having a project where you're putting those big ass structures like along the Nile that we still find 5,000 years later and we know about them. Smart move. Carve your name in stone. Your name will be known through the ages. You have to do glorious things, put it in stone. So he's got a dude who, you know, is doing shit like that. And part of what's been put down and been debated is he falls off of his chariot. People say Cambyses may have been a sad dude, which is interesting. You don't hear about a king being sad, dude. He would get sad, and that's fine. I'm glad. You know, admit that you have sadness. Admit that, you know, a lot of these dudes, you know, there's so much highs and lows of conquering and stress. Having to invent stuff like Hawaiian Shirt Fridays. But they say he fell off of his chariot and fell onto his sword. They also say, just with language and interpretation, falling off onto one's own sword could also be like suicide.
Yeah.
So that's debated. And that's also saying, hey man, did he finally succumb to his inner demons? I mean, he's praying to Marduk, let's be honest here. Guy's got demons, dude. So,
but I mean, also, I'm sure there still are a ton of military accidents.
Oh
so
yeah.
I'm sure, like, you fall off a chariot and your sword just turns on you, goes right through the sheath, right through you. I mean, with your body weight, like.
No, totally.
Yeah.
I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
Also, Alexander the Great, he died of just being sad, like basically consumption. He got like liver poisoning or like it's never said, but once his favorite general, who was his lover, died, he got too sad after that. So shit happens, dude. They do claim though, and they say that this accident happened because of, and this is part of his madness. And look, we already have a track record from this image of him throwing ducks around. Maybe frickin' Cambyses had it out for animals, but he slayed in Egypt, they used to worship the, what's the name of that? Apis. A-P-I-S. It's a god that looks like a calf, like a baby cow. Mm-hmm. That's one of the gods. And fucking Cambyses, and like I mentioned, he didn't care what religion you were. He didn't care so much as long as you just paid taxes. He's like, your god's dumb, and kills the cow like it was a duck or something. Mm-hmm. Then the Egyptians, because once again, like they gain back their empire or whatever. You know, Darius, the next ruler or whatever, comes after Cambyses. Forget exactly who it is. I could look it up.
I think it's Cyrus II.
Okay, Cyrus II. You know, he does not messing around in Egypt. You know, these things cost money, lives, stress. But the Egyptians were like, he died accidentally on his chariot because he killed our God. Our God did that to him, which is just great that you can write, you know, you can have these sort of confirmation bias. I don't know though, dude. All I know, dude, is fucking Smerdis, the younger brother, starts a rebellion. And Cambyses killed Smerdis in secret. Oh, this is just talking about the revolt. I'm going backwards. Sorry, I'm ahead. Sorry. We're on the death. We're coming towards the end. But basically, there is this theory as well that Smerdis had an imposter. And they don't know, and this is what's interesting, is if the guy who Cambyses killed earlier was Smerdis' body double, or the real Smerdis, or this dude now who could have been the body double. This is a great movie. After Cambyses died, Smerdis is now trying to take over. Whether it's the real guy or the double, doesn't matter. He still has the following. Interesting. And he's got the Rasputins behind him pulling the strings, being like, doesn't matter. We just need this vessel to give us legitimacy to the throne now that Cambyses is dead. And they also say he died his own death, Aaron. That language as well could be that how Cambyses might have been a suicide. They don't know. In any case, a lot of interesting stuff going on. Was he mad? Did he take his own life? He didn't want to rule anymore. Was it accidental? Did the god strike him down, this Egyptian god Apis, strike him down or not? And then do you have this next rule of succession? And part of what has to do with it, this faction, Smerdis coming up or not. And then you have this vote with the generals being like, all right, Cyrus is so great. He's such a beast. His son's so chill. We're going to let him be the ruler. We can all keep our power and we'll move on that way. So it's sick that you get this vote out of it. So, and before you this vote, I mean, Aaron, I shouldn't get they're not too diplomatic. The imposter gets assassinated. Then they vote.
Yeah.
Once they all agree, let's take this guy out.
Yeah.
Then we vote.
I bet it was so easy. I mean, we've seen it. Like, it's so easy to impersonate people.
Totally.
Like
I mean, you never
Catch Me If You Can guy is impersonating pilots in the 60s and 70s. Like,
totally. Why wouldn't you have people impersonating kings? You just need other people following you.
Yeah.
You got to have Riz, dude. If you got enough Riz and you have the right people, yeah, why not? Why not? Can prove that you're a male descendant. And that's why Cyrus the Great son, what is it, Cyrus II?
yeah.
He's the all-male descendant. Helps better than being on the female side in this empire, at least. Other empires are different. And so that's it. Pretty sick. He's a mad king, or is this blasphemy? We don't know. Appears that he's pretty regular. Had to murk the right people to rule. Fell off his fucking chariot. That's a bust. Opened up the doors. And, this is Shakespearean. Whenever there's an early death of a king, an abdication, an assassination, an accidental death, whatever it is, it always leads to interesting political moves afterwards. The door is, shouldn't be even the door, the seat is open.
Yeah.
So.
I'm wondering what the mercury levels were back then.
Yeah.
That always turns people mad.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Like, what if the hat he's wearing just has so much mercury in it?
You probably had to polish that crown. I mean, that drawing that he's in, looks like he's posting a pretty sick do. What was that drawing that we saw, that sketch of him with the lady that had her rack out? It's always nice to see. I want to look at it to see Cambyses, not the lady. I'm a historian. Yeah. Not a pervert. If you say, hey, I'm a pervert, but you pronounce it pervert, is it less? Oh, he's got a crown on.
Yeah, but there could be some lead in there. Or
For
something,
sure.
Like, make you nuts.
For sure.
Something in one of those rings.
What do you think he's telling her right now? A joke? He's telling her, dude, I hit this guy with a duck today. You'll never guess what I did in battle. I hit this guy with a duck. And she's like, oh my gosh, a duck? Was the duck okay? I don't care. I killed a calf. What are you talking about? I want to try duck style. What's that? All right, check it out. Pretty sick, dude.
He's probably saying something like, "Don't be scared."
This lady looks tall.
Yeah, that's true. She does look huge.
And people were smaller back then, but she looks like she's,
It could be perspective.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I like to think that all rulers are 6'3", like George Washington or Abe Lincoln, but they weren't.
No.
They just had Riz. Napoleon wasn't even that small. He was just smaller than like his brother, and they said that he had a complex about that. Whatever it takes to get done. Taking it back to crossovers, and Allen Iverson, he recently said all he ever did was a crossover. And he goes, I couldn't dribble with my left hand. He goes, watch every one of my moves. I cross it to my left and immediately back to my right. And he had the sickest crossover maybe ever. So
Small
it's the necessity.
Guy, 6'3".
Yeah, exactly. He's 6'3", right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's small on the court, but he's big for humans. He's big for regular life.
Yeah.
He's big for like life. You know, if you see I'm 6'3". If I'm on the court, I look tiny. If I'm valeting cars, I'm the biggest valet there is. That's what's up. So, necessity. Sometimes it's okay to have that, whatever drives someone, whether it be is a void they need to fill or just feed the empire, feed the beast, keep conquering. It's like businesses today. Like, dude, you got, like the NFL wants to go to Brazil and London and all this stuff. Stupid, dumb. Yeah. You need to put high school football there. It's a game with nuanced rules. It's never going to catch on. But you need to like feed the machine of like expansion. Otherwise, dudes are going to get fired. They're like, oh, we can grow by like, we're constantly growing at 3%, but we might be able to grow at 4% if we do all this other bullshit and expend all this energy to go to like these other things. We could gain a few more points. And people are like, great, more. Where it's like, dude, let's just relax. Just fire that dude named Kirk. Not Kirk Cousins, although he might get fired from the Falcons, but I don't know, man. Just relax.
Yeah.
A little bit. Post up. Have a Hawaiian shirt Friday. You know, Cambyses should have just been posting up. He's riding his chariot too hard, too fast. Fell off. Freaking Icarus style, dude.
Yeah.
So, in any case, pretty sick. Dude I never heard of. Sick was talking to the professor, so I wanted to share that. Any other cool stories or sick kings that you know about, let me know. My takeaway is I don't think he was that crazy of a king. I think, although he did kill animals, Commodus famously did that, so maybe he was. I don't know. You can't say. We weren't there, bro.
Yeah.
Herodotus, I guess, had the best take, maybe the most balanced take, and even he wasn't certain. So, fired up, dude. Stay stoked. We'll catch you on the next one. Keep being beasts out there, dude. You know, and work on your left hand. That's all I could say if you're going away from this. If anything, you know, if you got one of those little squeegee balls that you use at work, or if you're on your sex swing, you know, tie up your right hand. Use your left. Have some fun. Do the stranger if you're in the drill factory. It's always a fun one. All right, friggin' late.